$1,000,000 question. How do I recruit the right candidates? Do you ever wonder, looking at candidates from other organizations, the really smart guys, that how come these organizations they are so lucky that they are getting this kind of candidates, this kind of employees, and I end up maybe recruiting average or moderate kind of employees. What am I doing wrong? So if you want answers to this question, and if you really want to recruit those A players, then keep watching this video. Hi, I'm Milind Bibikar from Expanders Business Coaching, and if you are a business owner of a small or medium industry into engineering and projects, and if you are looking to build a 100 crore business, then you are at the right place. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you will be the first one to know when I roll out my next video. Now, coming back to recruitment, have you ever faced this situation that somebody from your organization has just left, maybe from a key position, and there is sudden vacuum? So you are now panicking. You roll out your job description, you call out some resumes, you shortlist them, and you start interviewing them. Now, out of the bunch of people who applied and who appeared for the interview, you really don't seem to like anyone in particular, not the real spark that you are looking for. But anyway, you end up recruiting that person because there is a vacancy and you need to fill that immediately. The work is suffering and you need to get that started. You just need to fill in somebody to be there and get the work done. So you recruit probably, the best amongst not so good people or average people. That's the process many of us follow because there is no planning on resources. So that's why you end up hiring maybe average people or kind of moderate average people, mediocre people. Even if you like somebody during the interview, somebody really impresses with you in the interview, later on you find out that the way they performed in the interview is not the way they are performing in actual work. So you end up realizing that much later that is not the A player. Maybe his communication skills were better and he could impress you during the interview, but not really giving any output when he starts working. So these are the problems that we as business owners face. So I just want to know, please put in the comment box, how many employees did you recruit in the last financial year? And you can tell me what was your experience. Okay, now coming to the solution, how do you make sure that your employees that you recruit are the best ones, the A players? So it starts with planning, that you need to plan the recruitment in advance so that you don't end up firefighting and looking for a employee on a war footing basis, but your process is continuously going on. Now you need to define your job description, that is job profile and the work profile very well, personality profile very well. So when you write a job description, it should actually detail out what are the activities that the person is expected to do on a day-to-day basis, what are the outcomes expected, how is that going to be measured, who is going to support them. So the actual work to be done has to be specified very clearly. Avoid using generalized terms like business development and marketing. Say exactly what you want that person to do on a day-to-day basis. So if I am recruiting a telecaller, I would say that telecaller will have to make X number of calls to SME business owners to introduce our services and products to that segment, and do this and search for database. So you clearly spell out what are the functions that the person needs to do. That's a job profile. The next part is creating the personality profile. So what kind of ideal personality will fit this job role? So that talks about the personality traits, the attitude of the person, the skills the person has, the education level, gender. So all those things put together will make a personality profile. So what is the ideal profile of that person? So again, for example, if I'm talking about telecaller, and so telecaller has to be outgoing, enthusiastic when they speak to customers. The communication has to be really good. So if I recruit somebody who is really quiet and doesn't like to talk to people, then that's definitely not going to be the right fit. So you need to describe the personality profile also. So once you describe the personality profile, then the similar type of candidates, the ideal type of candidates will apply to your position. third and the most important point in this job description is that you also have to make sure that you are talking about your company. So you are selling your company to the candidates. Remember, you want A players. Now the A players who are working very well in some other organization may not be actively looking for a job. So they will be attracted only looking at your company story, why they should join your company. So you need to sell your company to them. Then only you will start attracting the A players. Now this is the first step, that is job description and profile. The second step is that you need to create a big pool, a large pool of candidates. A large pool because then you will have choice to select. So you will not be limited on the choice. Like in the first case I said, you end up recruiting somebody from the given group who has attended the interview. But if you have a large pool of candidates, then your choice goes up. So how do you attract a large pool of candidates? So I think you should go all out. You can talk to multiple agencies, not just one agency. You can talk to your staff and tell them that this is a requirement. They can bring in some people from their references. You can talk to maybe or subscribe to portals like Naukri, Indeed, Work India app and all that to create a really large pool so that you have choice. Now, once you have the large pool, you will have another challenge, and I'll come to that as a third step. The challenge is how you are going to select the candidates out of such a large pool. Are you going to have enough time to dedicate, to screen, to filter out, to evaluate so many candidates? So the third section is deselection process. So instead of looking for an ideal candidate, you start eliminating junk, I would say. So it's like finding a diamond from a coal mine. You don't look for the diamond, you just start cleaning up the coal or the carbon and suddenly a diamond is seen. So your process of filtration or screening has to be automatic as far as possible. It should be mechanized so that you end up only talking to a few selected people who have passed this screening test. So again, just to give an example for a telecaller. For a telecaller, you can ask, along with the resume, they should send you an audio file or a video file describing about themselves, introducing themselves, why they think they are fit for this job. So a couple of questions to screen. Now only those people who actually complete this step particularly, qualifies for the next step, which could be a written test or an interview. I'm sure maximum people who will apply for this telecaller job will not complete this step. So that's a deselection process. We don't want people who are not even ready to do this simple thing. Imagine what will they do once they join your company. They are not going to do that. So you have to look for sincere people who will complete this step and then qualify for the next step. So these are the three steps. Describe your job profile, personality profile very well. Create a large pool of candidates so that you have choice. And third is have an automatic screening or deselection process. If you want more information on this, you can download a recruitment process, ideal recruitment process, by clicking on the link which is given in the description. That's the ideal process that you can follow to recruit candidates for your business. I'm Milind Bibikar and I work with business owners like you so that you can remove the stress and the struggle from the journey to build a 100 crore business. Make it sure, make it steady, make it enjoyable. Thank you so much.